there a bit of a lag?
Go.
Okay, there we go. So I'm going to read off of my fun conducted remotely open meetings. So hi everyone, welcome to June 16th, Thursday, 7 p.m. Public Art Subcommittee meeting for the town of Needham. I'm Charlie Nanda. I'm the co-chair of the Needham Council for Arts and Culture with Bala Muthukarappan, who's recently changed her name just for me, right?
Yeah, it's going to be Bala Venkat. It's much easier to say.
Hey, Bala Venkat.
Probably change it here too. So yeah.
Okay, good. Co-chair. So I'm going to read this little thing. So this open meeting is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12, 2020, due to this current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of the coronavirus to mitigate transmission. And so we've suspended the requirement for open meeting laws in a publicly accessible place, accessible physical location. Let's see. So the meeting will not feature public comment. And just so you all know, be careful what you're showing in your background. And if you share your screen, we're going to be recorded and posted for posterity on YouTube. And if you have any questions, you can raise your hand, wave, or there's a little button for a raise hand thing. And then when we take a vote, we'll do a roll call. Everybody is here. I don't know if we have any other participants from the public today. No, doesn't look like it. So that's exciting. Thank you guys so much for changing it to virtual from town hall just so I could be here. I was saying earlier, I have a little brain fog, so jump in, wave at me if I'm not making any sense.
Well, you look great, so that's awesome, and you sound great.
I look okay?
in mend.
Okay, good. And I also have a new computer at the moment, so that's a fun fun thing to scroll through. Have you ever seen a mouse pad like this? I don't, it's weird. So Eddie, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's introduce it. We'll start by introducing everyone. I'm hoping the meeting will be like 90 minutes. I know you're all like good homework people. You did all your homework. I'll share my screen and we can like scroll through things together.
We do have Eddie who joined us here today. So hey, Eddie.
Yeah,
Hi,
Hi, Eddie. Yay! So we have. I'm so excited, you guys.
Everybody.
We have a selection committee. All right, Eddie Bruckner, you want to go first? Tell people who you are. You are both. What's really awesome is Eddie and Topher are both kind of represent Needham Heights and also visual artists, because we selected on our selection committee, we wanted a youth person. A youth person, that doesn't even make sense. A youth.
We wanted youth representation.
Thank you very much. All right, hi Tara Standard. So you're a youth person.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was.
Oh, yes. Nice try.
The younger years.
And Eddie Bruckner, you live in Needham Heights, right?
I do. Yep. Very close to this site of the mural.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Topher has a studio in Needham Heights. Do you own or rent your studio at Gorse Mills?
I do own it at Gorse Mills.
Ooh, so technically you're an owner.
I pay
You're
double
a business
taxes.
owner in Needham Heights.
Double taxed in Needham, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so Eddie, want to say a little bit about you, or do you want me to tell everyone? Do you want to hear what I have to say about you?
Sure, you can start.
Okay. Eddie Bruckner is a fine artist located in the town of Needham. He loves to do pop art, public art. You've seen his work on art boxes. He's been commissioned to do art boxes in Needham. That may happen someday. Eddie Bruckner, tell us what you want to say about yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to participate. I live very close to the wall, so I'm excited to see the art there. I'm a pop artist. I do mostly paint original paintings on canvas, but I have done a lot of public art projects over the years.
Awesome. Okay, Topher Cox.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, Eddie. We really appreciate it. Okay, Topher Cox.
Hey, I'm Topher. I live down by Pollard, and then I have a studio up at Gorse Mills, so up near the wall, so to speak, by Trader Joe's. I'm a photographer, and then by profession, doing a lot of healthcare and banking, advertising, and yada, yada, yada. And then for my art, I do woodworking, bowls and boards and spoons and whatever. Unfortunately, sometimes if I watch YouTube, whatever rabbit hole I go down and try and figure out how to do.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you participated in our Jersey Barrier project.
I did participate. I'm glad to see it up again. It was a lot of fun on a hot day to paint those Jersey barriers. That was great.
That's awesome. Thank you for being here, Topher. And representing the under 18 population, Tara Standard. Tara, are you junior or senior?
Yeah, I'm going into senior year next year. So
Yay! How many
just
days of
finishing
school
up.
left? You got 3 days left, or are you done?
Yeah, I've got Friday and Tuesday. And that's
Okay.
it.
Woohoo! And are you do you take art classes with is it Miss Sartori, or who do you take classes with at the high school?
I have Miss Yada Lepore. I've had her like the past 2 years. So that was for, yeah.
What kinds of things do you like to do in art? Are you drawing?
Yeah, I kind of do a lot of things. Recently, I just drawing, painting. We did sustained investigations for AP art, and you had to like take one kind of concept through 15 different pieces. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for being here. Your mother is the reason that Heather Simmons is on this council too, because she recommended Heather. So we are lucky to have you and her today. So Heather, you want to say hi to everyone and just introduce yourself quick? Or Heather and Joni are both co-leads of the Public Art Committee. They've been instrumental in finding muralists to ask questions and get on board today. Go ahead, Heather.
Hi, so yes, I'm on here on the council because of Tara's mom. And I'm also live in Needham. I'm an artist as well. I do a lot of ceramics, but I do a lot of other stuff too. Ceramics just took over my life for the last 2 years, but and yeah, and I'm super excited. I think we did get a lot of really great muralists as well.
Cool.
And not to forget, Heather also did one of the Jersey barriers last summer.
Oh, yes.
Ponchos.
Yes, with Bala, and they do look great. They're still up, and they look a little dusty, but they held up.
they put them in the right direction?
They're right
Some of them are actually backwards. I noticed that. I wish we had done like front and the back, but that's okay.
Oh, I don't know if you knew this, but I like put a picture on top of them of what they should look like for the people at 5 in the morning when they put them in, but that it didn't.
It's okay. It's fine.
Okay, Vala Venkat, your turn.
Oh, I was okay. Well, as you mentioned, I'm the co-chair along with Charlie on the council for the last 2 years, and yeah, excited to be part of the committee here to select art for our town. And my God, I looked at all the submissions and it is crazy. It's like this is going to be a long process because everything is beautiful, and yeah, we're really excited that we're able to make this happen.
Yay.
Yeah.
Kareen's our treasurer. You're next, Kareen. She makes the money happen.
So yeah, I'm on the council and just recently took over as treasurer, and also on the Needham Open Studios board as treasurer, photographer by trade. And yeah, there's some really great art here that we're going to be looking at. So I'm really excited to be part of this.
Yay. Thanks, Kareen. I'm Charlie Nanda. I am also an arts administrator by day and creator, but not artist by night. I don't call myself an artist because I just dabble. I dabble do. Okay.
I
Let's-
should thank
let's-
Charlie that Charlie, sorry, and just one quick thing. And Charlie's the one that actually called me to be part of the council a couple of years ago. I had submitted for one of the boxes, I think switch boxes. And then Eddie and I have actually showcased some of the work together at Open Studio. So yeah, I've seen
Wait,
Eddie.
you did Needham Open Studios with Eddie?
A couple of years, yeah, I did Open Studios, and we both were like right next to each other, you know, tables, and yeah, that was
I
great.
remember that.
Oh, you do, John?
Yep.
Wow. Good.
Corinne and Eddie were across from each other this year, right? I know.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Great.
So let's get to
Forgot
it.
me.
Oh, what?
Which
How
is
could I forget?
fine.
Joni, how could I forget you?
Well, I don't know.
Okay. Co-lead, go for it, Jones.
Co-lead. It's been fun working with Heather. We've discovered that we're practically family, but it's been a lot of fun, and I was amazed not only at the number of submissions we got, but at the variety. Everything from graffiti art to this really incredibly detailed portraiture. It was really amazing. So I'm very excited about it. I dabble in art. I do a lot of landscape quilting and painting. I do paint, and I love it. It's fun.
Okay, and Joni is also the co-writer of the entire RFQ. So she is a wonderful writer, and we're lucky to have you. Thank you, Jones.
Thank you.
Okay, so speaking of that, I don't know if you guys all got a chance to look at what the you know what we asked for, the eligibility criteria, what the artists saw in terms of what was submitted. So there's eligibility requirements, there's criteria, and basically background. I just wanted to say that we need to tell the artists by June 21st what we've decided. What we've put in there is that we can choose 1 to 3 finalists. I am guessing, and I'm going to do a lot of guessing tonight, and you all stop me if you think I'm hoping this will speed the meeting along, but I'm feeling like maybe we'll have 3 finalists that we asked to do. We each pay $500 to write a proposal, and possibly then what we have on our timeline is that we as a selection committee will meet once again to choose the final proposal out of those 3, if we choose 3. And that would happen by November 15th. It's possible that we could also do like a voting thing where we put the 3 in the newspaper, or we advertise and we have the town vote. So that's something we can talk about as well, or we can just select it ourselves. The process, the next step in that process is also getting buy-in from the select board. So they have a say. The design review board has a say. They don't really choose the work itself. They're more about, you know, like paint and stuff rather than the artistic content of it. And the location.
Charlie, I have a quick question. Since we do have all these applicants and we are thinking about doing a second mural, can we use the runner-up for the other mural?
We can do whatever we want for the second mural. That we'll design that process at another time. If we choose 3 finalists to move forward for a proposal, we can tell we can use this list in another way, any way we want. We can contact other ones for a second mural specifically. That process would be designed separately, and we choose what we want to do at that time. I'm thinking right now we go through the list of 20 and just knock out a few of them that I feel that didn't meet some of the eligibility and criteria, so that we don't even talk about them at all. We don't waste our breath on those, if that makes sense to everybody.
Yeah, I think the elimination round is probably easier.
Yeah. When we contact them, it's also up to us whether we want to just blanket, just say sorry, you're not moving forward, if we want to give them a reason for a denial. As artists, I don't know how you guys feel about that, Eddie, Topher, Heather, whoever. Corinne, if you apply for things, do you feel like you really want to have a reason
Isn't it always the response, oh, it was so close and we really had a hard time.
Loved it.
But
But
we ask you to reapply at another time. We've decided to move forward with somebody else. Isn't that?
Yeah,
how-
it's usually a stock answer.
It's
Yeah.
stock, and I think it's probably a liability protection thing, but
Joni, you
I
and
think if we just send a letter that says that we were very impressed, however, given the strict criteria, we feel this would not be a good fit at this time.
Right.
great.
Something like
We'll
that.
just do a standard one then, and we'll say that.
I
I think
think
some
so.
people are just happy to hear when they've been rejected, because
Right.
you don't always get a rejection letter as
Yeah.
well. So, okay, we'll do that.
Happy to write it with you, Charlie.
Okay, sounds great. Okay, so let's then, if we're ready to move forward, does anybody have questions with that part of the plan? Or let's get into the good nitty gritty of the excitement. Amy, can I share my screen? Is that going to be the most helpful?
You should be able to. I had to download it because if you just try to click on the PDF from Google,
Yeah.
the file's too big. So I don't know if
Right.
you downloaded. If you don't, I do. And
I do have it downloaded. So let's see.
You should be able to share.
Okay. How's that? Can you see it?
Mhm.
Nope. Oh, that's interesting. How about now?
Now I can't. I could before.
Oh, interesting. Da, 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 da.
Before I could see the spreadsheet, but not the PDF.
Oh, okay.
you
Got
see the desktop with folders.
it. You guys all see different things. Interesting.
Wait.
That is weird. I'm seeing your desktop and before I could see the spreadsheet.
Right.
This is a desktop.
I
now.
wonder if it's like a lag.
Oh, maybe it's possible. Just make sure you don't have anything that you don't want to show. Say, private chat. Nope. Close everything.
Okay, let's see. What can you guys see now?
Just your desktop.
Do you have two windows? Is that what it is? Like two?
Yeah, I do.
like your laptop and your, oh yeah, that's always
Yeah, I got two monitors. Yeah.
So maybe
Let's
just
see.
stop sharing and then reshare the other thing, or just move that window over.
Okay, let's see. Yeah,
Yeah, there we see it. We see it coming.
okay, there we go.
There.
Yes,
Okay.
that's on my laptop. Great. Okie dokie. So back to the small screen.
Charlie, can I just make a suggestion?
Yes.
For this first go round, I think it should be without discussion. It should either be that yes, you want to consider them, or no, you don't want to consider them. And then the discussion will be held on the ones that we've said yes to.
Sounds good. What I was gonna do is, can you see that I have 3 with red lines on them? You guys can see my mural evaluation? Okay.
Yes, we do, yeah.
So I first started by these 3 red: Jose Trejo, Maya, Cindy Prevet, and Mark J. Richards. They all said that they had 0 or only 1 work under their belt. So
Right.
that to me seemed like that they didn't have a relevant body of work.
I had the same 3 as.
I did too.
Didn't one
Okay.
of them say, I'm not really applying, I just want to help anyway, so.
Yeah, Mark Richards is an artist that that came to our reception on, and he wanted to just throw his hat in the ring. He actually said he would, in his application, I think he said he would hire younger artists to do the painting. So his was more of like a management thing,
Right.
which is not what we're looking for, but I appreciate that thought. This Jose Trejo Maya, I reached out to a couple times because I was very confused by his work. He's a literary artist and he would just partner with a painter.
Right.
So, and then Cindy Prevet only submitted 1 work, which was an art box with a butterfly on it, and
Right.
she'd never done any other murals. So those seemed like 3 that didn't have a body of relevant work. So I think we should remove those if that works for everyone. Okay. And just stop me because I can't really see everyone right now. If and then this I have highlighted in yellow 4 applicants. So this is a trickier one. We said we would give priority to local artists. We didn't say other artists are ineligible, we just said there is priority. So when I was looking through them, I kind of felt like we have some great artists who are within the like region. So these 4 that I have highlighted are California, Colorado, Florida, and Illinois. So that was something that I thought
It would cut down on the expense of travel for sure.
Right.
And I thought there were enough
housing.
locals.
yeah, I
Sorry.
mean, I wasn't really thinking about that. I was just thinking about our criteria of priority to
Right.
our place.
Although that Hungerman one I really liked, but
I
Yeah,
agree. Hungerman was one of the ones that many of them stuck out, but that was one of the ones that I thought could potentially work in that spot.
okay, well, I will keep, I won't, or how about we not erase those, but we'll keep maybe that one as like a, I don't know.
Charlie, can you highlight those in a better colors? Because I can't read them. There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
do you want to just put the Egypt and Chelsea in red like the other ones is just a no?
Okay.
Right.
Because they're not local and because they didn't stick out as much as.
Not at all.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're gonna reject them for not being local, we would
Yeah.
reject them all for not being local, but if Hungerman is one we really love, then we can,
Well,
we'll look at, I can't tell what color I'm doing. Okay, we'll keep it that. I love this Sunny Behan. I don't know if anybody else loved that work, but
I can't remember which one
I
that was.
took a lot of notes on them.
okay.
But remember, we're just going through the. Do you want to just read from the top and see if there are any other no's that people had in majority or whatever that?
Yeah, I think the rest of the no's would be sort of conversation. So let's kind of go through them and maybe we can score them together. I don't know how y'all did it. I scored in the artistic quality. I kind of gave them a ranking 1 through 10 as a way for me to look at it. But okay, let's just start. Lena McCarthy.
Love.
I like her stuff, but it's just geometric art. I don't find anything that speaks to what we're looking for as far as inclusion and inspiration. It's just very pretty.
Mhm.
And I think that's a very good point, Joni. I want to say before is that one of the criteria was community values and aspirations.
Right.
I found a lot of the works had a lot of color blocks.
Right.
And so I think maybe that's a conversation for us to have as to what community values and aspirations.
Can you scroll on hers down? Can you scroll down to see the other
On the right.
works?
Yeah.
Because I felt like it was more abstract, but there was still some representational.
There was one that I felt kind of.
Yeah. I mean, she had like the water and the lotus. I disagree. I think her work was incredible. And
I think her, can I just say one thing? I think her work is incredible, but one of the things we are doing here is asking them to submit a design, right? So it'd be interesting to see how she follows through with the community diversity,
Value, including the concept, the theme
subject.
of our, yeah.
How she could
So
do.
everyone has to go to an engagement-ish session. So like a community session and take community input in. I'm thinking maybe we choose one artist who does sort of the color blocks. That might be one of our third artists and we have a bunch to look at. But like, so if we were gonna give this person a number, what would you guys, is it like a 10, a 9, a 8?
I give her a 10.
A 10.
I don't agree. I found her stuff very pretty, but I found nothing. I just said, it's pretty flowers on a wall. And I don't think that I did not think from rereading the request for proposal that speaks at all to what the mission of this is. So,
But like what Topher said, that she might come up with something that's
Something,
geared to that. And I felt like the one that was like part of a watershed or something, and she incorporated the fish in the water. So
Mhm.
I don't think it's impossible for her.
I think we're
to-
all giving, I think we should all give numbers and then add, like, take an aggregate, right? Like, cause otherwise,
Yeah.
kind of like an art contest, like, let's all, like, we're all the judges, we're gonna give numbers and then.
Okay. Karine, how good are you at averaging numbers if I asked you to do that, math lady?
Well, I can certainly plug them in as people give them to me.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I
Yeah,
think that would be fair versus yay, nay, because we're definitely gonna have some disagreements on artists.
yeah. Because I mean, it's artistic. Okay, Eddie, I see your hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah, just can I before we kind of start with the numbers and rating things, just I think we're all probably thinking about the mural, not in our own unique ways and kind of from our own perspective. But I think there's a lot of factors that we may want to kind of consider. If we like somebody's artwork, we want to just kind of look for consistency. And, then, if we get them into the finalists, then once they submit a design, then we can kind of say yes or no. But I think a lot of the things we want to think about the area, that it's not kind of distracting in that busy intersection. I don't know if that was something that was brought up before. Things with lettering or kind of things that kind of pop out at you. So things that are interesting to look at, but aren't going to be kind of distracting, and also kind of reflect the town of Needham as well. So, an artist could be really talented and really great, but if they, it has to fit the location too,
Right.
And I know
But I
there's
think-
a doorway too, and a window on that wall.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that space, physically, and actually we've talked as a council before about the history of that space, the actions that have happened in that area, the fact that Needham Heights hasn't really had some murals before. And there was some racial injustice that happened at the CVS there that's still kind of scarring that area that we thought about. So that I think there's a bunch going on there. Tara, I haven't heard you. Do you like this artist? Do you want to start with saying a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5?
Yeah, I think her stuff is really good. I do see what you said, like you're saying with the color blocking. But I think there really is like some in there that stick out, like the one that was in Ireland. That was like yeah, the koi fish, or I think that one really sticks out. And if she were to propose something like that, it could definitely fill a space well too, because I think it has a good like mix of design in it.
Okay, cool. So should we keep her in and just like not cut her? I remember we did numbers in the past for one of our selection committees, and it just didn't, the averaging didn't really seem to get us the answer we wanted for it. But if we don't hate her, we'll look at her again as one of the finalists.
I can't imagine anybody hates her, right?
Yeah.
I think when we're all done, if you send out a spreadsheet where we can number 1, 2, or 3, if we reach top 3, then we can have more of a consensus. But right now, voting 0 to 10, I think, is just too cumbersome.
Okay.
So we could say yes at this point and keep her in, and then look at the you know, 7 or 8 we have, and then look at those and cut. And then when we have 3, we can number them.
Okay, well then let's
Yeah.
go through it quick. How about
Like
Sophie
for-
Tuttle? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, for example, like I like Lena's work, but from all the artists, like I have a top 4, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so that I don't know how you want to approach it.
Okay, yeah, maybe just saying top, she's in my top, if everybody has a secret top.
Mhm.
But let's see, my tops are all in the first 5, or like in the first half instead of the second half. I don't know if that's anyone else's, but like, so this next one, Sophie Tuttle, is one of my top ones. I don't know how anybody else feels.
Yeah.
That
I
might,
agree.
she probably is my top one. With-
Sophie's your top.
Yeah, totally.
Any, raise your hand if Sophie's in your top 4.
So, it's fun. I was out in Gloucester the other day and went down this road kind of by accident, but also to see what was down there. And her piece on that, of the whale is on that container.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And
This
it's at this point, it's seen better days, but it's pretty beautiful, I have to say. It's very impressive. And I saw it and I was like, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
And then when you sent this over, I was like, oh, before I even got to that picture of the same container, it's
Yeah.
like, this looks very much like her work. And then, oh, look at that, it is her work.
Yeah. You know, it was interesting. Did you guys notice that she worked with one of the other artists that applied? They worked together, Amanda Hill, I think. Her name was written on one of them.
Yeah, I saw that. That she had done, that was Amanda's best piece, was the one that she did with her, I thought.
Yeah. Okay, so let's keep Sophie in. What about David Tang Olson?
He was one of
Anybody?
he was one of my favorites.
Yeah. Anybody else love David Tang Olson?
I think we're into that color block thing again.
Right.
And I appreciate, I can't remember her name already.
Joni.
Jody.
Thought it was a little too technical.
Leah.
Oh,
Oh,
Lena?
Lena, yeah.
Lena, yeah, more. I mean, I don't want to group artists together, but
Mhm.
Well, I can see why we would start comparing color block artists, like
Yeah.
which one we like.
Right.
I mean, his stuff is amazing, right? But
Yeah, they're,
I think some of
Again,
this
it's color block art, and I would love to have him paint the crosswalks at the Muzzy
yeah.
at the
Oh.
Muzzy facility that we've been talking about, the
that's
raised
not
crosswalks.
Yeah,
Right.
but Joni, I think you have to be careful about that. Do you see this piece here? This piece was a years of working with the community of color to come together with this piece, and it's not just color block.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tara, I heard you were
I
gonna
think part
say
of the
a lot.
let's raise our hands. So then, Tara, what were you gonna say? I heard your voice.
I think a lot of the stuff he does is very like modern. It seems to have a lot of meaning behind each thing, but if you see the ones that were in the museum, they're very contemporary, and I'm not sure like what if I mean that could be what you're looking for. I'm not really sure, but I think it is a lot of like block art too. So
I would just like to say, Tara, you're the one who's probably going to have to live with this the longest.
Yeah, it's
Some of
fair.
us old people, yeah.
That's super fair. Okay,
I
so
think, yeah, you're gonna have to. I also think that we don't want. I think that we don't want the kind of mural where people have to look at it and think, "What the heck is this person trying to say?" I think for the purpose, as Eddie said, we don't want people staring at it so they go right through the red light. They want them, we want them to look and say, "Oh, that's a whale. Fine, there's the red light." And I think that one of the things that I looked is it's very Picasso-ish in some ways, and those are the kinds of things you stand and stare at. But people are just going to be walking by this, and we want them to take it in and appreciate it as they walk by.
I think the hard question for us is, does this work show community value and aspirations? And if you don't see it, then I don't think it's gonna meet that criteria.
That's the question that I asked with every one of the artists I looked at.
Okay. So
Can you scroll back on some of his again? To the double helix is kind of interesting. So that's the one with the POC one.
man, I would love this for our asphalt art project though.
Yeah, that one looks really cool.
Yeah.
I think he's super talented, and I would love to see kind of. I mean, I'm assuming that we would be giving feedback to the however 3 finalists, and saying this is kind of what we're looking for, and we like this what you did, we like that, and so that they have a little bit of direction.
Oh, that's definitely gonna happen.
So like I think he could probably do more than just basic color blocks, because there's a lot of in some of his work there's a lot of very interesting elements of his artwork that I liked.
The black line stuff.
It's also, it's about fit. I love Pavarotti. I think his voice is extraordinary, but I'm not going to hire him to play Nathan Detroit, or the Music Man, because it isn't going to fit.
Right. Well, what I got from it was a lot of like.
In any way.
Okay, let's put him in the maybe pile and move on.
I got a lot of
when you do the Music Man references, that's
from
when I
the
move on.
painting. So, I thought that's kind of representative of Needham itself, like vibrant, energetic.
Okay, I'm hearing a maybe. We'll put him in the maybe pile.
Yeah, it's really hard to choose from their pre-existing work to kind of see if it's a good fit for our new theme, because clearly these are all great artists who have the capacity and the capability. They are creative folks, so when you give them a theme, they can certainly produce something that would fit the team, right? There's no doubt that any of these artists would produce something awesome when they're able to do something in that theme. But it is hard to judge based on their existing work, and then
exactly, Bala.
Kind of what I'm struggling with right now.
So this next artist, she Amanda Beard Garcia, she has similar work, but some of her work is not large scale murals quite yet. I don't know.
I really liked the You Belong Here really stood out to me right away, because I was like, wow, that you could just totally take that and put there, and then that would kind of like check your box for inclusion and all
absolutely
more. So I really like that, the variety there.
I think a lot of this is very like commercial almost. Like it seems a lot like even some of these, they seem like they are I don't know, they're very bold and simple shapes. I think some of the things where it's more like a little more complex, not too much so, or you're saying like people would kind of get lost in it, but something so simplistic might not as like intriguing.
I noticed in her application, did anybody else read that she'd be interested in doing something about the Asian American experience in Needham? Did anybody else get that?
I did.
Yeah.
I think if I'm recalling, I think her work was vandalized
totally.
around the time of because of its Asian. Yeah, I think the door.
This
terrible.
door was. It was part of that Newton Outdoors, and it was. They were able to fix it, but that was a shame.
That's good.
I love her kind of paint by numbers kind of look.
Yeah.
Sorry, my dogs are playing right near me. But this kind of, again, it's the color separation, but I think it really adds to what she's doing.
Yeah.
She has an incredible ability to paint hands, and that's very difficult.
Okay, so raise your hand if she's in your top. Okay, I can only see half of the people at once, but that looked like 3 people. Okay,
It says yes.
that's a yes. Okay.
I wanted to add one more thing about her work.
Go for it.
Was that it kind of has the best of both worlds. The bummer is that she doesn't have a lot of experience doing that size, but it does have that sort of simplistic graphic
Mhm.
feeling, like very
Mhm.
clean on some, not all of them. She actually kind of, I feel like she
There's
has a couple of
variety.
styles, but that one, the keep showing up one, seems like a good combination of the,
Right.
Mhm.
like the very clean, clear,
Yeah.
and yet it also has an image, and it's also about
Message,
community.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and the thing that she doesn't have the experience doing that size, wouldn't it be wonderful for Needham to give her the opportunity to create
Mhm.
something that's larger, to make that next step?
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, and she'd also would have to do an application, you know, she'd have to
Right.
show us
Right.
Yeah.
a drawing, so we,
Mhm.
I think she could do it. I mean,
I'm hearing her as one of our finalists. I'd be interested to see what she came up with.
Well,
Yeah, she's one of my top.
Yeah, the fact that one of
she
her
was in
work
my
was-
top 5.
Mhm.
Okay, she's a strong yes then. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on to, this is my favorite actually, to be honest, Ryan Christensen, Archie.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah, he's in my
incredible.
top as well.
gorgeous.
I
Amazing.
don't know, these figures and what he's come up with.
Mhm.
I mean, this guy's amazing, right? Like,
Yeah.
Next
but
level.
is a face like that gonna work on the side of Trader Joe's CVS, right? I mean, his
Yeah.
work is unbelievable.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
I don't know if it would work, but I like how he mixes in
love it.
like you know,
Well, like
the
the
motif
leadership.
plus
I also have the feeling that you could say to this guy, this is what we want, and
he-
that he would come back with what we want.
Mhm.
From the look in the faces, from the turtle and the ocean and the leadership and the face on that guy. I mean, he really has a tremendous breadth of ability.
Yeah. One of our goals with this project is to show the town what a professional artist can do. It's not necessarily an artist who's doing a community art project, because those are other murals that are happening this summer along the rail trail, and at DeFazio is going to be like these community designed murals where people are involved in the actual painting of them. So I feel like this is really like an example of what a professional artist can do.
I like the humor in the Stephen Hawking one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. It's like also a little bit weird. I like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's weird. There was something about him that I really, really, really liked. And I try to find I did find a couple of other pieces by him.
Yeah,
I really like.
I have access to the websites too, if
Yeah.
you go to their websites and look at it and if you want, but I would really, if we ended up voting on 3 pieces, I would like to see what he comes up with for something, but
Mhm.
I like his style. He was one of my top people. I'm not sure how like a large face would be on the side. So I think we would need to give him some direction in terms of like
Right.
what we wanted, but his style is really amazing. And I love the fact that he has kind of like a little bit of gravitas, like he has so much professional experience in mural art that it's kind of it would be impressive to have that in Needham in Heights.
I
Did
love
anybody-
the expressions that he gets on people's faces.
yeah. Well, this piece is a train, so there is one that doesn't have, and
Right.
I think it
Yeah.
worked up. I think,
I love that train one. That actually might be my favorite one.
yeah.
Can
Did
you go
anyone
back?
see in his application any other red flags about like him being too experienced? I guess that would be one thing, like if the budget's too small. Go
I
for it.
definitely think he is very skilled, probably one of the most skilled in this entire applications. And he would do a great mural. I think another thing to consider though is like what we were saying before, kind of would it distract if you had this huge face and you're kind of in an intersection and you're like, whoa, that's so realistic, or
Yeah.
kind of also would it really fit in if people are walking from Cafe Fresh to Trader Joe's and they have this huge face? I think also definitely the emotion on the face does matter too, because you can tell the mood of this one is very different from the facial expressions than some of the other
Right.
ones where
Yeah.
they're more
I feel like though, like
expressive.
whatever we're gonna put on there though, anything is going to be distracting. Right? People are going to actually stop to watch. Doesn't matter whether it is like anything, crazy or
Right.
they're going to stop to look at it. That's the whole point of the mural. But yeah, that's just
Well, and it's the job of a good muralist to
Yeah.
make sure that the scale is appropriate for the site specific for the space. So, and if it's
We should
not,
have,
we vote for a different one, I guess.
maybe we
I
should-
The
I
fact
can't
that
imagine.
he can paint a sea turtle as beautifully as he can paint a young woman and a
frame.
grizzled elderly man, I think
Yeah.
speaks volumes to his abilities.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
I'd be very interested to see what he could come up with for that space.
Yeah.
I agree.
I've sat at that red light many times.
I know. So
It's a terrible intersection.
It's a terrible intersection. So it'd be pretty interesting to see what he could
yeah.
fit. I don't
And
know.
also,
what space he
yeah,
could fit there.
And think about this, like what we're asking them to design a proposal for us, and then whichever one we choose, we're hiring them and we tell them, we'll be paying them $14,000 to be our client to do a piece that we
Right.
want. So we'll be telling them if that how to change the proposal, or if it's not working, if it's too big for that intersection. So there'll be points in the process to kind of manage that as well. But it's more sort of the artistic content, I think.
Maybe it would calm people down to have something to look at when they're at that darn red light.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And
Or
when
when the train stops them, man.
It'll stop people from getting their Starbucks, right?
Yes.
He's
Okay, so that's a top three then. I'm
Yeah,
seeing?
definitely.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. Okay, top three. Oh, okay. Let's move on.
I'm
Edward
gonna
Granger.
drop in like a couple of minutes, Charlie. Sorry to leave.
Oh, no problem. Do you want to, you know what? Once we get through, we can maybe go faster, and then if there's anyone else, before you pop off, just tell us if there's anyone you love that you really need to see.
Yeah. That's fine.
We
Yeah,
haven't been.
keep going. Yep.
Okay, Edward Granger is he's done 4 to 5, and he has a piece at Punto in Salem is how we contacted him. Or you did actually, Heather.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah. Did I pass him? Yeah.
We're back to the color blocks here.
Yeah, I said no to him
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I think his stuff is colorful and bright and fun
Yeah.
and very appropriate for the things it's appropriate for, but it's only color and shape and it's beautifully executed, but that's it.
I
Yeah.
felt it was too commercial personally, and not necessarily feeling. Anybody else want to fight for him?
No, agreed with those comments.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I actually liked them, but I agree with the comments too. So
Yeah, I thought they were really beautiful,
As the
actually.
next
I
New
mean,
York,
it's very I mean, they make me, when I look at it, I think they're fun and happy and bright, and in
Kinda
the middle of the
calming.
winter, it's be nice.
They'd be calming at an intersection. Sorry.
Meditate,
Anyway.
look at this.
Okay, so CJ Hungerman, this is his work. I think it's a he, I'm not sure, but he's Illinois. So the work to me is very varied. This stuff is these are very different than the last pieces.
Yeah, if he puts in that spiral thing in black and white, I'm walking away
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that will not be good.
Yeah, this
No,
is
busy.
interesting.
It will
Yeah, there's a lot of
trigger
inconsistency in his
vertigo.
artwork. I don't know if it's just
Yeah,
different
too much
years
pattern.
of work, but
Yeah.
we would
very-
need, if there was something that we liked about him, we would want to give him direction.
Anybody want to fight for him over
No.
the other
He's
top
also
three?
he's not local, so maybe.
Right.
Okay, great. That's a no.
yeah, it's like
Okay.
that San Francisco psychedelic artwork of the 60s of,
Okay,
yeah.
now I gotta do something really annoying. Sorry.
Scroll through his resume.
Yeah, so we can skip the next like 5, I think, because we are here at, come on. We can skip Egypt Hagen, Chelsea Hart, Jose, and Cindy, and we're going to Alex Gollum.
Can I just say something about Egypt, just so it's, I mean, the work is cool, but you know, it's cool. But it's not up there,
Totally.
right?
Yeah, out of those 4 that we mentioned, I really did like Egypt's work.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Okay, here we are. This is Alexander Golub. He has a studio, and I think it's based in Wellesley. Some really beautiful different types of pieces here. Very community-centric artist. So the works look very different. There's the stained glass look. I think a lot of these have a whole team of painters. So it's engaging like a big group. The work is very varied.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight for him for the top 3. Does anybody else want to?
I thought he was excellent. I think his stuff is very meaningful. I think it would sit well. He does well with anything you put in front of him, from the block kind of stuff to people's faces. And I think he gets community very strongly. And I think that that's a very important thing. I also love the rivers and color and the brightness of it. I think he's great.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to give a bump to someone who's in Wellesley too, right? But
Right. And I really do like, he goes from very fun and very, whimsical to very serious and very meaningful. And I like his ability, the breadth of the ability to do that.
Cool. Anybody else have anything to say about him? Yeah, I don't have a feeling. Doesn't float my boat, but
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
yeah.
I thought it was a lot of the community stuff you were talking about, but I didn't think it was as strong as some of the other ones.
Yeah, I didn't think it was executed as well as some of the others.
Yeah. I think he's young. I think it's a newer studio, so maybe some experience would be good. But
Mhm.
Well, I think the kaleidoscope at BU, I think is exquisite.
I'm sorry, what was that, Joni?
The kaleidoscope at BU, I think it's as good as anything I saw of any of the others.
it's beautiful. I think that, yeah,
Uh,
it's amazing. In 2013,
Yeah.
that's really, I mean, if that's something like that would be amazing.
And he gets the idea of what to do with doors and windows.
There's a door and window in there, you mean?
Yeah.
And the Meeting House Colorscape, which is right above that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
obviously much smaller, but it's a similar feel. I
This
think.
one? Okay, yeah.
Nope, that's Joy Forest, right?
This
Oh, no,
blue-
I'm sorry.
yeah,
I didn't see you
Yeah.
have both open. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Song of Equity in 2021 is it's really beautiful.
Yeah, that's not my favorite. I see what you mean. I wouldn't put it in the top 3, but if anybody, I hear Joni saying it. Any else want to put it in the top 3? No, okay. Joni, maybe for another one, we'll keep them in mind.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay. We're gonna scroll through this guy,
Sunny.
Sonny's work, which I find is like incredible. This piece with the rhino, but he's often California,
Yeah.
Mhm.
LA.
LA.
Yeah, he's LA. Oh my God, that raccoon one too. Wow.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And that rhino.
Oh,
And I was like, darn, why is he LA?
yeah. It does seem like very LA work though, doesn't it? This
I mean,
animal. Ugh.
there's no doubt this guy's talented, right? But I
Yeah.
don't know
Oh,
if it's
yeah.
appropriate for the side of a CVS.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Oh no. Yeah, I would agree. I don't think it's
I mean, this guy's gonna go places.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I think he's already
Yeah.
for sure.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, here we got Tova. We all love Tova.
We all love Tova.
Tova is one of the most successful community muralists and based artists, I think, in our locale. She definitely does community, gets everybody involved in the actual designing and painting of the works. She did the Jersey barriers.
So I obviously, I'll just preface it with Tova is my neighbor at Gorse Mills and we're friends. And so I've spoken to her and worked with her on her things. She kind of, of course she would love to do this, but there are many projects coming up that she would love to be a part of as well that are more community based. One thing that Tova is wonderful at, besides her artistic ability, is getting people involved, right? So that would be an event, like if we wanted to, and in fairness, she does pay Needham taxes. But if we wanted to look at people who would be willing to get the Needham community involved, she would actually seek it out. But it sounds like there's many projects coming up that have that as well.
Yeah, I think she would be better for
Something else.
something else. She did this Jersey barrier piece, so we have hired her before.
Hmm.
Okay, so not for the top three for this. Franklin Marvel. He's also a local artist.
I loved his stuff.
I think he just did a show. This is from the city of Newton.
Where's he from?
Yeah, Newton City Hall. Is that a spool
He's from
table?
Framingham.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I love that he has a whole concept that's going. More love is okay.
Yeah, he was one of my top 4.
Yeah, he was in one of my top 5. He was one of my top 5.
He was.
I mean, like gorgeous colors. He gets the messaging. He can work that in and like keep a theme and just, very talented,
Mm-hmm.
but without being too abstract.
Can I ask a question on these? Actually, what is the long game on these where like obviously they will fade and chip and fall apart? Is there any budget? Because do we ask them to come back, or if it's color block, we're like, oh, we could paint that in green. The green is coming off. Or
On the maintenance, how are we
Yeah.
going to maintain?
that's an easier way of saying it. Yes.
Yeah. That's a very good. It's a very good question. We haven't built maintenance into the budget.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would imagine if there was an issue, we would help foot the bill for fixing it, or I think it probably depends on it. We definitely, we've asked them to submit a budget, so we're gonna specifically say to them that we want the paint to be of a high quality. Maybe talk about doing an anti-graffiti coating on top. Did you guys see that Lenna McCarthy has a special paint that pulls carbon toxins out of the air? I thought that was fascinating. Did anyone else read that? Has anyone else heard of that? It was incredible.
No.
She had a line.
I'm just looking at this one that you have up now. I mean, I'm not saying I could imagine ever doing something as cool as that, but let's say the green was falling off. Like you could theoretically fix the green or the yellow, right?
Right. You can fix almost anything as long as we keep, and we would do this anyway, a list of the colors, the mixing formulas of each color.
Yeah, I would
Yes.
definitely. I think in the public art world, you definitely have the artists do it.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
So yeah, that would be.
I mean, also it is a mural. Murals do not last forever. The
Right.
nature.
No,
of
they
them-
have about a 10-year lifespan at
Yeah.
the most.
It's part of the charm is when they get a little faded around the edges.
Sure. Well, like I was saying, I saw that one up at Gloucester. It was a shame that it kind of started to fall apart. It was so beautiful.
Interesting.
Unless a car goes through them, and then all bets are off.
Well, I am going to be teaching my kids how to drive soon. So let's.
Uh-oh.
That is right where the Needham Driving School is, Tara. Is that
I
where you're
know.
going?
That's what I was thinking.
Tara, do you drive there? You just got your permit, didn't you?
I used to.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's see, top 3 for this one, anyone?
Yes.
Corinne, anyone else? Say yes, because I can't see you. So Corinne, you're on your own on that top 3.
Well, he was in my top 5, not top 3.
That counts.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so next one's Amanda Hill. Love this piece, but she didn't have a lot of other work that
Right.
she had been the lead on. If not sure if anybody else read that in the application. A lot of these, she's the project manager. This
Mhm.
amazing piece, she was an assistant.
Mm.
So
Yeah, that was a red flag.
yeah, she's obviously a young artist. This is the one she did with Sophie Tuttle, which
Okay.
is
Beautiful,
a
but
beautiful piece.
The one with
Okay,
the, which
yeah.
one?
This the woman
Oh,
with the
that's my
starfish,
favorite.
Yeah.
sea star, and that, yeah.
It was
I
one of my
still-
favorites. I didn't realize he was only the assistant, but I feel like a lot of her work like does have ways you could incorporate the community, especially with like,
Yeah,
the children
I agree. Yeah,
too.
can you scroll through them again? I agree that about the community thing, but I just don't know if she has as much
Yeah.
experience, but
yeah.
Mhm.
This
I don't think
piece,
she's ready.
yeah, this piece is, I
Could
think,
be.
the only one she was the lead artist on, is what I was getting.
Mhm.
and it's really great. Actually, I thought it was, I mean,
So-
in terms of community and being
I'd-
nice to look at.
I'd
But
kind of
it's
said this
also
on a,
small.
Go ahead, Topher, and then
I
we'll
had kind
go-
of said this on one of the other artists as well. You know, somebody gave me a break when I was an assistant,
yeah,
and that led me to where I am today in
Mm.
order to live in Needham, right?
Yeah.
So at some point that has to happen in someone's career
yeah.
or in their life. You know,
So this is an example of her being a lead artist on a 1,700 square foot artwork.
I think it's really nice. I mean,
Okay.
it has like location, community. It's a little busy. That's the only thing. It's got a lot going on. And when we were talking about,
Yeah, this
I don't know.
example of the transitioning with the flower and the lily pads is pretty cool, though.
yeah, and the black and white, but it is a lot to look at it when we were talking about
Yeah, but
the
I think,
distraction factor, but I don't know if that, I still think it's a lovely piece.
that was the purpose of this specific site, though, because it was underutilized space and they wanted to bring attention to it. So I think being busy was right for that location, but
Mhm,
maybe
mhm.
not for,
you know, it's kind of cool to have old, like if we had the old Needham in black and white. And, you know, that's an interesting thing that she did there with that.
yeah.
Is anybody going to paint Fred Muzzy on his horse?
Oh, my Lord. That was one of the first years I moved here. My jaw dropped.
I knew Fred going back to when I was 6 or 7 years old. He was a friend of my dad's,
Okay.
and it was fun to move here.
So is this, so
Is this anybody's top 3?
No.
Top 5?
top 5, but
Okay, so
Yeah, I would say my top 5 too.
top 5, okay. All right, let's see.
I just don't think she can.
Okay, well, I put her in the maybe pile.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Skipping Mark, oh, Rixie.
in one word, too sexy.
Oh,
Too sexy for Needham.
yeah,
Needham isn't ready for this. How
Yeah,
about that?
yeah.
So I was scrolling through these and showing my grandson, he's 5.5, some of the pictures,
yeah.
and he looked at these and he moved his face in like that, and then he went back and he was like scared. He said, "That's not a person, that's scary." I said, "It's not really scary, it's just like a cartoon." He did not like it.
So too cartoony sci-fi for the look.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not representative of Needham in any way, and this is
Right.
I think this is her signature style. I think this, and it's great. It's artsy and it's edgy,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it really has a place, but I'm not sure Needham is the place.
Right, more like New York City or,
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah.
I'm actually not crazy about the representation of female in it, but I might not be. I did not read thoroughly what they wrote about it.
Well, yeah, the explanation is really cool. The femme fatale kind of thing.
Okay.
It's been developed really. What do you think, Tara? You're the young voice on this.
Yeah, I agree. I do think it's a little too much for Needham, like which is more community, like a lot of families, things like that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Think about it. We could have something completely different there. But I think it's like
There would be a lot of pushback.
Okay.
a lot of
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Pushback from the community.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. So, nope. And Greg Bernstein is.
So
I
never
put him as
even thought-
a strong maybe. I
Yeah, I like his
stuff.
stuff.
I
I
never
like
even
the-
thought about one of those postcard things that would just say Needham. I mean,
Yeah, he's got a lot of variety in what
It's
he
funny you
does.
said that, Topher. That was we actually were going to name it all our welcome in the beginning was going to be like a theme. That's totally
Yeah.
what we had in mind. But
I mean, we go up to Brattleboro, near Brattleboro a lot, and there's one that they did that said Brattleboro, and it's amazing. It's really amazing, and
yeah, it's cool. I think it's a little too played out at this point. So I want
maybe it
a little
is. I
different, but
guess so, but
cool.
yeah.
It's cool.
I love all the faces. I love the last one with everybody's faces and the different expressions. They're not all looking the same.
Yeah.
And the intergenerational one and the people sitting. I think he's got tremendous potential to do what we want him to do.
Mhm.
The style. I mean, each style is really different. That's why
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time figuring out which style is his. Really, like this color tapestry thing of cultures is so different than
It's fabulous.
the
It's just
landscape.
beautiful.
And the,
Mhm.
I mean, if somebody really wanted this person, you could direct them like, this is the piece that we really liked of yours that we thought would be appropriate for the space. But
Mhm.
And I love the fact that he does the last one in the sepia tones to
Yeah, that's
to
very
represent the
striking.
times. It's just so well executed, well done.
okay, so who's top three is this guy?
He's my number 5, top 5.
Tara is in yours.
I'd say he's in my top 5.
You too, Corinne. Okay, top
Mhm.
5. Top 5. Okay. And then next we have Gary Chen. Young up and coming artist. He's connected to, I think he's a mentor at Artists for Humanity, which is that amazing mural organization that has tons of amazing murals coming out of it. This looks like his newest piece, this one.
Mm.
I collaborated with community members. But some of these other pieces are more street art, lettering.
Yeah, kind of.
This one seems more a community inspired mural in Cambridge, more along the lines of what we would be probably
Yeah.
getting, something like that, which seems very. Is there a description of that one? Because he seemed young to me, like sort of out of school. But this one shows a lot more. It seems very different than the others to me. I'm not sure if anyone else. Yeah.
So he's 28.
Yeah, he's not an infant.
No,
He's
wait.
young.
No, 31.
Okay.
Trying to do math in my head. Hold on.
Yeah. Anybody's top 5, top 3.
No, he's got it. He's good and he's got his thing, but I don't think for
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody want to fight for that? Okay. All right. Well, we went through all of them. Can you believe it?
Oh,
Can't believe it. Okay, let me pull
I
this
think
up.
he's the best of the ones we rejected.
Okay. Can you see this? So we kind of changed, I kind of changed as we went. Okay, I got the top three with Ryan. We love this guy. That was a kind of a clear one, I think, right?
Yeah.
Green is go. That there was one more that we had as the top three, I felt like.
I really like Lena, whatever, however you say it.
Lena McCarthy.
Yeah. But
I'm terrible at this.
let me see. Let me go back and
She was color black. Okay.
it was so like an hour ago.
Oh, Amanda Beard Garcia. That was
Yes,
the other one
yes,
that
yes,
we were kind of a go for, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I still think that Alexander Golub has a lot of potential to do a really good job.
Yeah, I love you for that one, Joni, but you're alone on that one.
I know.
We ruled those ones out. So I think our third choice.
You're all wrong.
Yeah.
We're all wrong.
There's no wrong answers, but you're all wrong.
I felt that way when we did the art box, and I really wanted that mushroom piece, and you guys were like,
yeah.
we can't do mushrooms on an art box. Children will start picking mushrooms and they'll
Eating
eat
them.
poisonous things. But okay, so I think our choice, let's see, is between Greg, Amanda,
Shoot.
David, Sophie, and Lena for our third one.
Greg.
Oh dear. Is there any
Wait,
way to
what
get
happened
those?
to Franklin Marvel?
Yeah, Franklin. Okay, Sarah.
Greg Franklin.
No, I only heard two people. Franklin was a no because that was I only heard one or two people voting for Franklin.
Oh, I thought there was more.
Franklin, you can go back and rewind and look if you'd like.
This is why you guys should not let me take notes and talk.
Amanda was great, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Amanda's
And
awesome.
Ryan Christensen.
Well, I mean, we don't have to do three. We could do two if we wanted.
Really liked Sophie Tuttle, but also like, it's hard. I think Greg also is really good.
I think Sophie Tuttle would be amazing. I don't know if something so realistic would work there, but I don't know. That's just me.
Okay, so Ryan, let's see. Ryan is like the graffiti style picture. Amanda would be very simple colors and representing language or a figure or something more simple. And then if we wanted a third one to balance, we would.
I'm amazed
David,
that you guys
can
would
we-
all these people.
David Tang Olson would be, I would love to see what he came up with.
Shit. No.
Because I think he has a
Amanda,
lot
Ryan,
of
Franklin, and Greg. Is that what we have?
work is
Amanda, Ryan, Franklin,
consistent.
and Greg.
Yeah.
And
I
no,
think
so no
Greg.
Sophie Tuttle
Can
then?
we send out
I mean, Lena
let's say the
McCarthy?
five
So beautiful.
Sophie, Amanda, Ryan, Franklin, and Greg, and have people put a 1, 2, or 3 and do it that way?
Can we include Lena too?
Lena, I would love to include her.
I
I think it would be a shame to cut out.
Yeah.
I think
Lena
I
and
really would love
Sophie.
to see what she could come up with.
Okay. You get
totally disagree.
how about we'll go through. Everyone raise, if you get three choices between, or two choices between Lena, Sophie, David, Amanda, and Greg.
Greg.
Lena, Sophie, David, Amanda,
And Greg.
and
And
Greg.
okay, so
Hold on.
you get 2 votes to raise
Hold
your
on.
hand. You have to remember it.
Hold the phone.
Wait,
How do you guys even? I live
Can
my
you
life
vote
like a
for
goldfish.
Can you vote for one person twice?
All right, Greg.
So
Wait,
hold
we have
on.
Greg in
No,
there?
seriously.
Greg, that's scary.
No,
So the only one who's a definite is Ryan Christensen.
Ryan and Amanda Beard Garcia is what I
Oh,
got.
okay.
Mm.
Okay,
Oh.
so if you get 2 votes, who can, Corinne, can you see everybody if they raise their hand on one screen at once?
Hold on, let me change my view.
My view won't let me do that for some reason.
There's a raise hand little dot,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I got it. Okay.
Okay.
So there's 8 of us. Okay,
What are we
Ray,
actually voting on?
yeah, what you get to do is you get 2 votes and then we'll score and maybe we'll knock some people out this way.
All right, sorry, can you repeat the names again that we're voting on?
Lena,
Uh-huh.
the first 3, Lena, Sophie, David. Here,
Okay.
I'll highlight them if this helps.
Do you want us to do the little raised hand thing?
No, you can actually raise your hand. I can see whatever you
Okay.
want.
All right.
On top.
Amanda Hill. Oh, now I have to look at her again. Okay.
Yes. If you want, I can click on their websites too. If you guys feel like it, you can look at your notes.
Yep, I'm good.
Nah,
No?
I'm good.
Okay.
So in addition to the visuals, we're also considering their experience and their ability to kind of execute it and work with the community as well.
Yes. Well, yep. If you scored them, I personally, on my sheet, here, I'll show you. This is the sheet that I made for myself. So those people all kind of passed that. I said just basically yeses to most of those things. Some,
The muster.
yeah,
So it looks like we really only have to vote on one then, right? Like, because we have.
yeah, we
to-
need one more. So
One more, right.
I'm wondering if we can cut out, and so think about it, the 2 styles that we have already, if we want to balance it with the 3rd style. So this is one. Amanda's is
Is Amanda a definite, or is that?
I thought she was. I thought she was like sort of like a
Mhm.
top.
I don't know. Because I think
Oh, I love her work. And she's got cats and dogs and.
you could just have all the breeds of Needham.
That's right.
All right, well, I'm gonna go back. This is gonna confuse you guys because personally, I'm gonna go from the bottom up. So who wants to use one of their 2 votes for Greg Bernstein? Corinne.
I do.
Wait a second, I gotta find his stuff. Hold on.
Okay, here, I can click on it for you.
Okay.
Greg Bernstein. Ooh, look at this, as much.
Yes.
That's it. Okay, so he got 3 votes. Corinne, will you mind writing that down for me? 3
Sure.
votes?
3 votes.
3 votes. Okay.
Get 2 votes.
Yeah, you get to vote twice. You used one, Tara. Don't. You used one of yours. Okay,
We're
Amanda.
voting.
Wait, Amanda was only the assistant on these.
Right.
Yeah, it's just scratched.
Yeah, I thought she was a no.
She was a no.
This was one of her main, she was the lead artist on this one.
No, that was the assistant.
No, she was the assistant on that one. She was
That
the
one
lead
she was
artist on the bicycle.
Yeah, that's her lead artist.
Right.
Okay, so she's a no.
She's a no.
No, she was not anyone's, nobody wanted to save her. Okay.
Mm-mm.
And I had written her as top 5, so. All right, bye-bye.
Franklin Marvel was one.
Franklin was the top 5.
Oh, was
Yeah.
it Franklin? Okay. It's a bad sign when your site doesn't load. Okay, Franklin. Ooh. Raise your hand if you're Franklin Marvel. If you're using your vote for Franklin. Corinne?
I will
Who
use
the
my vote.
That's not all his pictures, though.
This is his website I clicked on.
Ah,
I can go back to the panel book. I just
yeah,
got
go back to the panel book.
Franklin. Dun, dun, dun. Nope.
Mhm.
Yes. This is Franklin's main mural. All right, he's got one vote.
All right,
Going.
I'll vote for Franklin.
Okay, Topher.
I'm going for it.
Are you sure? Okay, he got
I know.
He got 2 votes. Here, I can write it here. Greg got 3, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
2. Amanda, no. Okay.
No, she's not.
She's no. She's
She's
no.
out.
Sorry. Okay. And then we'll go to Lena. Lena McCarthy.
definitely. I'm going with her.
Definitely. Yeah.
So that's 3. Okay. She's got the 3.
Eddie, I wonder who you're going to vote for.
I'm just,
Too.
yeah,
You
I mean,
still want to know if you can use your 2 votes?
yeah, I mean, the rules, I'm
You
not
raised
sure
both
about the
your left
rules.
Choose
hand.
one.
Okay, Sophie Tuttle.
Put her stuff up, please.
Okay,
It's
I-
a
It's hard to know who
realistic
you're
animal.
choosing over, you know, like,
Well, that's the issue.
that's the challenge, because I'm not sure, like, who we're choosing over.
She's amazing.
She is amazing. It's amazing. Her work's amazing.
It's
There's
all
no doubt.
animals, right?
It's beautiful.
lot of animals.
Yeah, it's fine for zoo.
A lot of animals, but it's fine for the zoo. This was one of this woman or child was the student that won some contests, so she was included in the artwork in the back of the school.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
So she can do people if we want her to do people.
Yeah, she can do people. Looks like she can do animals, and I think she's best at floral, to be honest. That's
Not a lot of flowers and need them in January.
Not that
Pansies.
bright.
is it
That's-
January?
No, I'm just saying in January.
I'm sorry. Did you have a question, Eddie?
No, I just was saying, it seems a little dark to me, but
So did she get 2, Corinne? That was just me and Heather.
I think so.
All right, David Tang Olson. I used my 2 votes, so I'm out already. All right,
I'll put 2 votes to David, because I think he's very talented, and I think it would look awesome in that spot.
So 2 for David. Okay, Eddie, you got to use your 2 votes all at once.
Yeah, that's not fair. It's the Republican way of voting.
It's still okay.
I'm not a Republican.
I know. I'm teasing
For the,
you.
re-
It still
for the
doesn't
record,
pass.
since this is recorded.
Irregardless,
I love when we get political in here.
irregardless, as they say in Massachusetts,
Here
it's
we
okay. It still doesn't work.
So was I crazy to who has a vote left? Anybody got a vote?
I do.
Oh, Jody.
Joni and Tover, did you use both of yours?
I did.
Oh, I have a vote. No, I don't.
Did we all agree on Amanda Beard Garcia, or was I crazy on that one?
Did nobody else vote for David Olson?
Yeah,
I'm
sorry,
really
Eddie.
shocked. No, I'm actually really surprised.
No, he's
I'm actually really
fantastic. But
surprised.
I mean, come on. Everybody here is fantastic. It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's a
Yeah, do
shame.
you want me to give you my, like, are you feeling emotionally connected to him? I can tell you, I love the work. I think it's intricate. But I don't think it's right for the
Yeah.
Needham community, to be honest.
I'm
So-
starting to realize though, if it only takes 14 grand for somebody to paint a wall, maybe they could do my house.
Yeah,
Paint it like that? Oh my Lord, I'd love it.
yeah.
So that,
Yeah,
I think
It's too commercial for me. It doesn't evoke any emotion or like connection.
Well, that's what I've said about it.
That's all it
It
is.
doesn't.
So
Um,
if nobody
Can,
else voted for him, then maybe I should have 2 votes for somebody else.
You're gonna take your votes back?
Well, I mean, if he
okay.
was never in contention.
Well, look, no, look, we can go back. So the highest voter right now is Greg and Lena.
Mhm.
Do you guys feel good about that? And we can choose between Greg and Lena? Or Amanda, so Amanda, Greg, Lena, and Ryan are our top 4.
did we pull Franklin out of this?
Franklin's gone. He's a 2. Sophie Tuttle was a 2, and David Tang Olson was a 2.
Can I ask,
Can you
a
do me-
question
do
right
me
now
one
before
favor
we
and
move
put-
on
Yeah,
And
go ahead.
and waste another half an hour?
Yeah.
Is it possible to choose 4 people and just take $500 off the final budget?
I would say no for some reason, because we only in the portfolio, I mean, probably, but we put 1 to 3 in the
Okay.
RFQ, so I'd like to keep to that.
it
I
there,
feel
okay.
like we can make a choice between Lena, Greg, and Lena. It's
Greg.
Lena or Greg, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, if it's that, then I would throw my vote to Greg.
okay,
Can you put his work up?
Yes.
Both of theirs works, just to remind me.
I
Yeah,
mean,
let
I
me-
think Franklin had 2 votes, but that would make a tie, so.
I think we just have to re-vote on it, right?
This is, that we're looking at is,
No,
Is-
that's,
no, sorry, I'm gonna get.
that's,
Greg's work is this really talented. Let's see, what else about him?
With all the people,
Yeah.
Can we say anything else about him that will help?
which is his most recent work? The 2016.
Yeah, I don't see anything more recent than 2016 in there. Let's look on his website. Maybe that will illuminate. That's interesting.
I've seen that one somewhere.
Because it's,
It's a lot of very different stuff.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like it's
different.
all, you wouldn't know it's the same artist.
What I like about these figures is a very WPA. You know, I'm obsessed with the works progress, like Diego Rivera kind of style, like of the 30s with the people in it. I feel like kind of my.
Very talented.
Oh, there's that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
We wouldn't know what we were gonna get.
Right.
Is one thing I would say. It could be a surprise with him.
Yeah, there's that, and then also if the most recent one was that long ago, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe he just didn't submit something from.
So that looks like the mural crew is from the mayor's
Yeah,
office, right?
yeah.
So that's usually, those are usually painted with a bunch of people, not necessarily one person.
Where'd the panel book go? No.
I'd like to know what Greg Bernstein has been doing since 2016 or 17.
Okay, look on his.
He
CV.
gives his email. You can ask him.
No, check his CV. Let's see.
Okay, hold on.
Come on.
Now I'm gonna look at his website.
No, that's what a CV is for. Right. 2016. Yeah, there's nothing on here. 2017. Since 2017.
Bless you.
Maybe it's an old application. But yeah, the last thing on his resume is 2017.
Muralist, Weebly.com. Let's see what he's up to since then.
Okay, so
Who was the other person?
I'll go into
Lena.
Lena. Yeah, I mean, if we got this stuff here, to me looks more like culturally relevant,
Mm-hmm.
the community aspirations. I think her coloring is incredible.
I would
I
just
like
love
her-
to
I
see
like her
what
work.
she could say, what she would say. Here's what I would love to do for the town of Needham.
I,
Yeah, she. she definitely goes into the community and works with them. She went to India and worked with a community that didn't speak English and engaged them.
I think that's pretty great that she,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know how she would do that with Needham because she has to.
It also says she, you know, she does a bunch of research with, she researched with the New England Aquarium to do, oh no, I'm sorry, that's so.
Wait, you're on the wrong
I'm on
person.
the wrong one.
Person.
Wrong one. No, but I knew the India comment was right, sorry.
But Sophie's
Look,
amazing.
there's no doubt that her stuff is gorgeous. I just don't see it as, I don't see it as anything inspirational or meaningful or bringing together the community in any way whatsoever, other than people will walk by and say, oh, that's pretty.
So Joni, you haven't voted. You said you had a vote,
I
right?
have a vote. I said if there's nobody, if those are the people, it's Lena, Sophie, David, and Greg.
Yeah.
Those are the only four. I would vote for Greg because I think his stuff is for our purposes better.
All right.
Wait. So you said Greg?
Yep.
Okay, so to me, Greg would, so he's got 4, so then that's our top 4, Amanda, Ryan, and Greg. Greg, my only concern about Greg would be, we don't know what the style is gonna be, so it'll be like a surprise.
But
When
I'd
he
like
comes
to
back.
also, Charlie,
Yeah,
and I'm happy to contact him tomorrow and find out what he's been doing since 2017. If he's out of the game and isn't doing this anymore, you know, and he's working in computer science somewhere.
I don't think that.
yeah,
I'm
we
not
can't
a-
do that. I don't think, go ahead, sorry, Heather.
Sorry, I'm not. I think because he hasn't done anything in a while, that makes me pretty hesitant. And also
that's what I'd like
the
to find
amount of
out.
styles that he has going on, it just doesn't feel consistent.
Unless he's
Yeah, I
changed
totally
and
agree,
he's
Heather.
unless he's doing different art.
Yeah, I don't think we can do that as part of the process. We have to make the decision tonight. And if there's like a red flag about some things that makes people feel uncomfortable, I would hesitate.
I don't know. I
To
mean,
move
I think,
forward.
you know, looking
Someone.
at his stuff, I think it's incredible.
Wait, Joni, you're fading out for some reason. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Oh, it's just because she turned
I
away.
think his stuff is incredible. I'm just reading one thing, his statement on his website. Hold on. It says that he's a printmaker, that he's got a degree in printmaking, and he's a muralist, and that's current.
Yeah, I mean, he applied, he's a muralist. He hasn't done work recently. I think it's probably, you know, could be a personal thing. I don't think that's something we can ask.
Right.
More the red flag to me is that the styles are so different that I don't know what we would get, and we might get one of the styles I don't like, as opposed to one that I really do like, but that that's a
Well, I think we
choice.
can say that we're not interested in the letters that say Hyde Park or Needham.
That's not what I mean by style. I mean like
Oh.
artistic style.
It feels like 10 different people.
It feels like different painters, you know, like you can see.
I think it's more that he perhaps was hired to do something specific,
Yeah.
which he executes well, but I don't know.
All right. So they're just on his Instagram page. Oh, they're all old photos as well.
There are.
No, 1999. He does have one from 2018, but it's like the sports thing on a school wall. He does have the, you know, the postcard kind of thing from 2018.
Oh, look,
I hate this.
he actually does reference the Mexican muralist movement.
Right.
That's the WPA.
My
Do we
grandfather
want to
was
ask?
part of that.
Do we want to ask Paula, or she's in another meeting?
No, here's the deal. Here's the deal. We're getting 3 proposals. If we don't like his proposal, he's out.
Okay,
Mhm.
so, I mean,
And, you know,
I'm
the other
I'm
thing
happy
is-
with the process as it is. So we've picked Greg, we've picked Amanda, and you guys did pick Amanda, right?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Ryan, and those are our top
But
3.
I have another question.
Okay.
Why would it be so bad to say that we got so many and they're so great that we've decided on 4? I don't see that as big an issue. And then we really know if Lena can come through with something other than her pretty little pictures.
I don't see her as just being pretty little pictures,
I
but
know, but I
Right,
do-
but I agree. I mean, I think that if we did 4, it would make it easier. We could see what their ideas are for the space, and then we just move on.
yeah.
I don't want to give the public or us too many choices. I feel like we picked 1 to 3 in the RFQ, and I'm pretty sure I feel pretty confident that these 3 could come back with something
Right,
that
but
we're gonna love.
Lena is a very, very close second. And I think that everybody would be more comfortable.
Oh,
if-
I'm not hearing that.
No?
Is that something that other people are saying?
Mm.
Do you
Do
feel
you want
like,
to, did we vote on just the, do you want to narrow it down to the top 4 and do a revote, or it wouldn't make a difference?
so this is what you're saying is the top 4.
Yeah,
But right now we have the top 3 is Amanda, Ryan, and Greg.
Oh, okay.
If we paid another 500 to a 4th, I mean, I guess that's something we could decide to do. I'm not sure that's fair to the top 3, because that's what we've published in our qualifications.
Yeah.
Maybe competing against a 4th. It also takes
So-
money away from our small budget. So instead of 14,000, we'd, or we'd have to fundraise a little bit
Yeah.
more.
I say
So
leave it at
we're
3.
voting between Lena and Greg.
Nope, Lena was the second, because Joni put her second vote in for Greg, so. we
Yes,
have-
I think you're right, Eddie, though. Like,
So
she's between the 2.
Mhm.
So when the numbers came out, it's Amanda, Ryan, and Greg.
Mhm.
That would be our top 3.
Yep.
Right, but I was voting for people that nobody else was considering.
And that's
I did too.
somehow how that
Yeah.
works. It's a personal opinion. I think sometimes it comes to it.
I don't think we can start moving votes around, right? No, I don't know.
So I think maybe the final question would be, is there someone that that you think we're crazy to have left off because they check all the boxes? Normally it would be like half of us would be for them, but I'm only hearing like a 1 voices for a couple people. You know what I mean?
They're all phenomenal artists.
Yeah. You got to give up some. You
Right.
got to give up some and let it go. Lena's I feel like she's a great artist, but so are the other 3 we've chosen. And I think if we choose Amanda, Ryan, and Greg, we're gonna get 3 amazing proposals. They all seem like they could work within the community.
Mhm.
One's super local, one's a little farther away, and one I feel maybe Greg is a little bit older because he said he was skateboarding in the 90s. So I think
Yeah.
probably Amanda's younger. It seems like we got a good range of
Right.
diverse group here.
Mhm.
One's done 60 plus, one's done 10, one's done 100. So
100?
yeah.
Not for nothing,
Nobody's
but
old
Lena
enough
is
to do
from
100
Newton.
murals.
Lena's
None
from
of these
Newton.
people.
I think the only other thing to consider, and I'm sorry I'm backtracking, is just looking at the amount of murals that they did. And I know that and I do like Amanda's work, but she has only done 10.
Mhm.
And you might have fewer glitches with somebody that's done 50.
Yeah.
Clearly
Well,
has like a
Definitely
lot under her belt.
I heard that, but I also heard it's cool to give a young emerging
Yeah,
the chance. So I think we got it on both sides, and it looks like we've covered the gamut. Like we've got new and emerging and really established, and somewhere in the middle, maybe Greg is coming back to it after a while, and that's we can't really make an assumption about that, but he'd applied, so, and he's got experience, so.
It's really a hard decision. I would be most happy with 4 of these, because these were, except for the one that Golub you didn't like, they were in my top, almost all of them were my top 4. And I don't know, I'm still comfortable with 4, but if people aren't, then we just keep it at 3.
I mean, I know we said the top 3, but is it? I don't know. That's hard.
Yeah, I think we keep it at the top 3 because that's the rules we set forth in the qualification.
Yeah.
And we don't have a super compelling reason to put in a 4th. It's not a tie on them. The other Greg and Lena were not tied. Greg got more votes. So if you want to vote between Greg and Lena again, we can all do that if you want. But
I think we should.
You think we should vote between Greg and Lena?
Yeah, I do. Personally, I do, but I don't know how other people feel.
Okay, raise your hand if you think we should vote between Greg and Lena, and you'll be okay with Lena beating out Greg, and that's our top 3.
Well,
yeah, I mean that's a given. That's what's going to happen.
So people like Lena more than Greg is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I think
let's
they
just
like
do the
her
vote.
more. I just again.
Well, I mean, if we're voting to vote for it, obviously we already have the top 3 as Amanda, Ryan, and Greg. So it sounds like people want to replace Greg with Lena. Raise your hand if you want to replace Greg with Lena. Boy.
I think it's a not. I just disagree that her work is in any way community oriented or
Okay,
inspirational.
I gotta run. I vote for Lena. Is that okay?
Yeah, so what we just did is we revoted, so it's gonna be Amanda, Ryan, and Lena. And that's our final. We've taken Greg out of the running on that one.
So different, all of them.
That's our different top 3.
I don't see them as well. I don't see them as that much different.
Okay, well, that's it. Well done, everyone. We actually did that in under 2 hours.
Sally, you were awesome.
A world record. I'm glad everyone got a little voice in there. We're gonna get an amazing piece. I know we will.
I think so too.
It's gonna be beautiful.
And we'll all get to meet again somewhere around November 15th to actually select it. And I think we'll run a voting process.
That far away? I thought it was September.
Oh, well, there's an engagement meeting with the artists, and they'll meet with whoever wants to be there. We'll probably invite partners, maybe Equal Justice Needham, maybe Gorse Mills artists to all come and give their input for what they want to see in the mural. And then our committee will get to make the final decision along with whatever numbers, if we decide to have an actual voting. So I'll talk with Amy about how we can accomplish that. We'll definitely publish the proposals in the newspaper. Our public art committee will meet, but we don't need our 3 extra selection committee back until November when we make that final selection. You're always welcome to come, and I'll keep you on the emails to keep you updated, but you're welcome to come to the meetings. All of our meetings are public to see how we push this along. But I think it's going to be we're going to get something awesome in there. Cool.
Right.
If you guys don't have any other questions, I'll just reach out to these 3, tell them they've been accepted, and I'll keep you updated on the process. And Joni and Heather and I will chat again about.
We need to write a letter.
Yeah, I can help write a letter.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
You're amazing.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Well
Thanks
done.
to our volunteers for the
Yeah, thanks.
community people,
Yay.
extra community people.
Amy, thanks for
Nice
sitting
to
around.
see you, Eddie.
Nice
Yeah,
to
nice
see you
to-
all.
nice to have you all.
Bye, Tony.
Bye, everyone.
We'll chat soon. Have a great night.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.